Hey everyone, it's the T Group here. I'm Matt Tepfer, joined by Kevin Hoosman, Mark Tepfer, and Nathan No. We wanted to reach out and share some of our insight as to the procedures we're using for safety, for both for us as agents and for our clients, and also wanted to touch on how we're interacting with our clients and staying in touch with them and staying in a quote unquote growth mode and growing our business. So the first thing that we did was we reached out to all of our current buyers and sellers, and we asked them, had the conversation of whether they're ready now or whether they're just kind of testing the market out. For those that are just kind of testing the market, don't need to move right away, we're recommending that they kind of hold out a little bit, see how all of this plays out, and let it pass. Obviously, we're going to have those buyers and sellers that need to move now, whether they're relocating, whether their lease is up, something like that. And for those buyers and sellers, we have certain procedures. Mark, what are you doing to help prepare your buyers and sellers, set expectations in those safety areas?
Yeah, Matt, great question. And I do have several buyers and sellers that are in a situation where they just aren't able to delay their home search or the sale of their current home. So for these clients, first thing I'm doing is just reassuring them that we are considered an essential service and that we are here to help. At the same time, I'm also setting the expectation, that we're not operating business as usual, specifically when it comes to showings. In order to keep everyone as safe as possible, we are following the guidelines that have been provided to us by our local real estate board. So what this means is for showings, we're asking that only the decision makers enter the house. Also, before going into the home, we're asking that everyone sanitize their hands, wear a face mask, and that they take off their shoes. Also, while we're in the home, we're doing everything we can just to basically limit the number of surfaces that we're touching inside the home. And to be honest, all my clients have been extremely receptive to these things. And I think they just understand, that this is just necessary to keep everyone as safe as possible with the current environment that we're in.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So Nate, when it comes to keeping in touch with your database and clients and things like that, future clients, building business, what are you doing when you're reaching out to everybody?
Yeah, I'm basically reaching out to everybody in my database just to see if they're okay, number one, and number two, to see how they're doing. I'm not necessarily talking real estate with them unless they bring it up, but I really just wanted to touch base with everybody and just see if they're okay and if they're needing anything. And if they are needing anything, then I make a great runner right now. I'm willing to go out and get things for them if they're needing anything. So yeah. It's worked out really well. I've had good response from everybody, so it's working.
Yeah, I think it's good. People need to hear a positive attitude and a positive message, and just checking in, hearing that someone's there for you is a good thing. So
yeah, and I'm just trying to assure them too that this is temporary and nobody knows how long this is going to last. Just stay positive, keep the faith, and we'll all get through this.
Yeah. To that point, I guess, Kevin, you want to dig into a little bit more of how you're speaking to your potential clients and prospects?
Yeah, Nate, you make a good point that nobody knows everything right now. So we want to make sure that we're being an expert and we're not being a fortune teller. So, I'm making sure, and we all need to make sure that we're finding facts and data, and then that we are speaking from that and helping our clients interpret it. We don't want to say, I think, or I hope. We want to find credible information and work with that. So a good source for that I've been using is Dr. Lawrence Yun. He's the Chief Economist and Senior Vice President of Research at the National Association of Realtors. And one of the questions that has been coming up a lot that he's been addressing is, how is this current situation with COVID-19 different from what we saw in the recession in 2008 and 2009? In 2008 and 2009, we had overproduction from our builders. So we had a way too much supply, and we had unhealthy lending practices, an unhealthy situation with our banks. So going into this COVID-19, we had the opposite with our builders. So we were undersupplied. And we also had an improvement from the situation and the practices in our lending and our banks. So this leads us to believe that the housing market should continue to be healthy and that demand for homes should be delayed when the stay-at-home practices are no longer impacting our buyers. But we don't pretend to know the full impact of the job losses and of the unemployment. So don't be afraid to say that you don't know. You can get back with them on questions that you may not know offhand, or sometimes the information is just not available right now. So again, we're not fortune tellers. We want to find credible information and speak about the facts and data.
All good information, guys. So I think the main points, everybody stay safe. Just follow the guidelines that the CDC has out there and our regional association realtors. When you're reaching out to people, stay positive. And don't try to predict, but be the expert in your field. So we wish everybody good luck in this second quarter, and stay safe, and we'll see everybody in person soon. Take care.
Take care, guys.